where they pretty hardcore. They were getting shot at and they defended the line, and I actually don't know the full story either. Right. But it's something like that, isn't it?
Far out. Would you do it again?
He's doing it again.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're going to put a team in it again next year. So plenty of time to prepare this time. So it won't be till July.
Yeah, our goal was originally 24 hours, or just under 24, but because of the injury, we had to sort of go out longer.
Right. Did anyone set a record? Like, what's the? Is there a winner? Naturally, you'd want to know.
There's a winner. They did it in 14.
Yeah, so there's some crazy people who run.
They run it.
Wow. The record is actually, I think it's 11 hours or 12 hours. This year, 14 was the winning time.
Because it was raining.
Wow.
Because that slows you down, definitely.
Yeah. We figured we weren't really in with a chance of setting any kind of record. It was going out to finish. Next year when we do have attempt 2, it's kind of, I think it's that unfinished business. Like, we want to break that 24-hour mark.
Sure. Well, I spoke to a triathlete. No, and what do you call it? Ultra marathon. The guy did an ultra marathon and his toenails came off.
Yeah.
And then I spoke to another one who did the same thing, and they both said I think it was, I can't remember, it was like 20, I think they run for 44 kilometres or something.
No,
but at 20...
Ultra is about 100k.
Is it?
Yeah.
I completely can't remember, actually. It was like about a year ago I spoke to him. But they both said, coincidentally, at same stages and the same kilometre, they just went, ugh. Like, their body had nothing. There's no...
Yeah.
Then just like, they thought they were going, fine, yeah, I can do this, and just bang.
Yeah, right.
And he lost all his toenails. Like, all he kept thinking about was his shoes. Was it like for you guys, like your shoes, like little small sock problems become...
No. Yeah, we did a lot of training, a lot of planning. So we had like a skin lubricant stuff that we used. And she wrapped. So you either wrap or you use some sort of lubricant. And she wrapped and she lost 5 toenails, I think.
Yeah, look, during the training and the event itself, I think she's got a couple left.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of stories about that, and a lot of exactly what you said. So the little tiny things become an issue. So, if there's the beginning of a blister, you really need to address it straight away, because it's not until that 40, 50 kilometre mark where that kind of stuff really becomes a problem, and by then it's kind of too late to do anything.
Saw photos of one guy, blisters like the size of an apple on the back of their heel and stuff, and they had to pull out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's only so much pain you can take. Chafing. Well, all right, okay, chafe. And you get any chafe?
No.
What did you carry in your hand, like, for that stuff?
Yeah, no, it's this skin lubricant stuff that you spray on.
Wow.
I had it on my nipples. Because during training, I got some bleeding nipples.
To be fair, that was nothing to do with chafing. He just liked rubbing it on his nipples.
It's just what happened the week before.
He rubbed it in his butt crack.
There was an awkward incident about 1 o'clock in the morning.
You sprayed it?
Well, no, I had to spray it on my hands and then...
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got photos. And I let everybody at that checkpoint know as well. That was gold.
Did you go through, have you ever been driving with someone for 10 hours to Sydney or something, and you go a bit tired, then all of a sudden... You're all giddy, kind of like
we had a stretch
giggly, and just like every single thing is funny.
There was heaps of so that I'd say for our team that was our experience. So we didn't really have any blisters, we didn't have any of those kind of physical things.
Nobody hated each other.
Yeah, aside from Angie's knee, towards the last third of it, but it was those different stages. Like I know.
Army Land was the best fun.
Yeah, so the Army Land is. I don't know, that's well past halfway. And Jodi and I ended up out in front for a while, and
like 5k of just like a dirt road, dark, you can't see.
I think we were kind of delirious because we figured we're in Army Land and we were looking for bullets. All we wanted to find was a fucking bullet.
Yeah.
And we looked everywhere. We couldn't find a bullet anywhere. And
meanwhile, where were you? In someone's paddock somewhere?
No, in the Army, like the cordon off area in Canungra. The Army.
Interesting, okay.
Like, it's actually called Army Land.
You actually could... Oh, really? So you could have
there was
found
targets. We saw targets, and we stopped at an Army base, and they gave us, this check. They were at a checkpoint, they had a fire going, and...
Nice.
It's really cool. It's like a full-on adventure.
Far out. And then what else have you done lately? I saw you...
we've done heaps. We did Spartan, he did Tough Mudder. What else have we done? I've done Bridge to Brisbane, City to South.
Yeah, look, at a lot of that stuff was as a result of training because of Kokoda. So,
kept the thing going.
Yeah, Spartan was the first one early in the year, and it's only a short race. And when we signed up for that, I kind of freaked out a bit. I'd never really run 7 kilometres in a row before, and then we got through that, and then next thing we're training for Kokoda, and everything else sort of faded into the background after that.
Can I ask? I remember meeting you, Jodi. We met at Fight Like a Pro.
Yeah.
Okay, group 23.
2 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years ago. And I remember you being a bit pudgy. I was definitely, good 3 or 4 Ks heavier.
Yeah.
I'd never ran at all. I'd say, I'm not a runner. I was one of those guys. I'm a paddler or a surfer.
Yeah, why are you running for? Is your car broken?
Yeah, like that kind of,
Yeah.
and you sort of see it when dudes come about, you're like, no, you just aren't right now.
Yeah.
You will be if you do it.
Yep.
Were you, Phil? Like, did some of what, before, I don't know what you did before this, Jodi, but Phil, because you're business partners, did that sort of kick off a thing in fitness with you also?
Yeah, so I was always into sport until I hit sort of my 20s, and then I kind of forgot. Got busy. Yeah, got busy, all that kind of stuff, so I sort of forgot. And it was when Jodi was doing Fight Like a Pro, and so I showed up to a couple of I was introduced to it then, and then after that he sort of stuck around with the guys and trained with them, and I started showing up at a few Saturday morning runs. That's when I found out that I wasn't fit. I thought I still was until I went for a run one
came to
day.
the stairs.
Same.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
wow.
I couldn't even run far. Couldn't even sweat because I couldn't run far enough.
Right.
He was buggered on the
sweat.
warm-up.
So and that kind of so I started going to those Saturday morning runs because after it, it was really hard, but I felt awesome all day Saturday, and then after that I sort of realised that once a week wasn't really enough, and just started doing training at somewhere else. Right. Another couple of days, and one thing led to another, and
Yeah, now you're knocking off challenges.
Yeah, it just made me remember. It just made me remember.
Yeah.
It's easy to forget and get lazy.
Yeah, and I was the same. I thought I was fit, and then you'd learn, there's fit, and there's, there's what I liked about Fight Like a Pro that I still try and hold on to this day is that there's levels of exertion, especially in anything, but particularly boxing, where you bang, 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 and you're already exhausted, but you just got to get back into that exhausted, like the recovery of when you're exhausted.
Yep.
You could be climbing the hill at Kokoda, and it is, no matter what, you could be the fittest person in the world, and you are still going to be exhausted, but it's how quickly you can recover into that safe exhausted mode where you know that it's just trudging and
It was a lot like that. So with Kokoda in particular, because we did a lot of training and we'd been over the entire course a few times at different times, in shorter spurts. Every hill that we kind of got to, you know that it's going to end. So it might be only 600 metres and you're going to be at the top, and after that you've got 5 or 6 Ks of pretty crazy walking. And so that's exactly what it was like.
You sweat, the heart rate. The heart rate's going to go through the roof on the way up the hill. Get to the top, you're going to be pouring in sweat.
Yeah.
And then you're on the way down, you put your jumper back on, beanie back on when it was cold. And,
But something you will never understand before you do a lot of fitness.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, totally.
You think all these fit guys are going to be fit and it'll be a breeze potentially. And
it's still friggin'
But
hard.
you realise that, no, it's just like the zone of being, it's that cool kind of feeling. Like,
yeah, man.
You can just run and then put in a sprint and go back to that run. And, and then you feel like, yes. I don't think I ever want to lose that.
No, it makes you feel awesome. And everywhere, through everything as well, through business, through kids, family, the whole lot. It's all...
Exactly. In business, mate. I think I said it to you on the last podcast. I feel like that feeling that no one can mess with a fit person, a fit and clean living. You're not even drinking this year, Jodi, right? And, when you did I did dodgy behaviour in the past, and someone came in and they're clearly fit and they've got their business in mind, and they've beaten you. They're dominating you in business. Subliminally, it used to happen to me.
Yeah.
Like I had things to hide and things that I wish I was like you, dude. And you're sort of subservient to them, but when you get into a good fitness position in your own body, you're definitely on a level with anyone that walks in this door.
I think as well, like through Fight Like a Pro and then through all the other stuff, some of the older guys there that. I figured that I was too old to get fit.
We still get smashed by Dean all the time, and he's nearly 50.
Dino's turning 50 this year. Gordon's 52,
amazing,
I think. Pete, Pete's in his 50s, and
Yeah.
they're three of the,
fittest
nobody can
guys,
beat
yeah.
those three guys.
Yeah.
That's right. Imagine, you're as old as me. When you were 17, someone was like 50.
25 and they were old.
done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you've got Frank, 74.
Yeah.
Who's
still friggin'
still there.
hits like a sledgehammer.
That's what you want to live up to.
Exactly.
There's no excuses when I turn 74. That's what I want to be like.
Yeah.
Is that
He's
guy.
still running the stairs at Currumbin.
Far out. Wonder what keeps you motivated. Because like me, you don't see me at the gym anymore. There's
Why not?
like,
When are you coming back?
well, I'll be real honest. I really like working. I have to get myself home to see my kids.
Yeah.
I could think of I took my son to jiu-jitsu on Saturday.
Saw that.
That was
Saw
an
the photos.
interesting thing, yeah. And I often say this. If I'm everyone chats and asks me, like, "Well, do you still doing boxing?" I go, "No, I'm not." And I always sort of use this as an excuse. Boxing's the kind of thing, particularly a fight like a pro, where there's every chance a new guy's going to tag you in the face. Yeah?
Yeah.
Right?
That was me a few weeks ago.
Yeah, and I kept, yeah, right.
Massive blow.
I saw that. Yeah. I saw that, and it's the only bit, karate and all that sort of stuff, where the only sort of, not the only one, but definitely in boxing, the aim is to punch someone in the head.
Repeatedly.
So
Until they fall down.
In the world out there, it turns out a lot of people kind of groan and go, "Oh, there's boxing training tonight." There's every chance I'm going to have a headache.
Yeah.
And what I found about jiu-jitsu was there's no striking. You're rolling around. It's quite interesting. You're trying to choke someone out. It's pretty weird because it's balls to balls.
Yeah, that doesn't sound that good.
I know. I said to
Punch
someone,
in the head, balls to balls.
Yeah.
I was on the fence about boxing, but I'm still leaning that way compared to balls to balls, I think.
I really missed the movement of boxing, and I still punch the bag at home at all, which you'd laugh at, really, because you guys are there all the time. But
He's not. He still hasn't done it. We're working him up for it.
yeah, but I've seen you at the gym 100 times.
Oh, not
Not the
I don't
gym.
train at the gym. At
but
the,
you still-
the Fight Like a Pro gym. I go along to all the events and I know all the guys pretty well. There's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, every time now.
How many times has Gavin Top been at your?
He's laid off.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, no, but he's got everyone else onto it.
Yeah.
you'll have to do it.
Yeah, he will. He'll do it. Next year, I reckon.
Great.
Yeah. I just don't know with that. I just don't know what my why is yet. I haven't found that, so I need
Yeah,
that.
sure. Yeah, I think you've already passed tests. That is particularly you passed a test and it changes us. But you could argue you've already done it.
Well, I know a lot of guys, do it. At least at the beginning, their why is to get fit. Which if I had have done it 18 months ago, that would have been mine as well. That isn't that now, so I'd just have to figure out what that is.
Yeah. I feel good now knowing that I can. I feel like anything happens in my family, I feel like I could stop a few problems. Whereas before, I would bullshit myself. If he comes in here, that kind of, or the thoughts that because my old man's got a big business, I would freak out that at any point in time, people did get a couple of times in my life got heavy with me, thinking that I could just give them 10 grand.
Oh, yeah.
Like standover sort of tactic.
Yeah.
And it really, the thought of that really hung in my mind. Like, there's some dudes out there that know what to do, and I'm just the son of this bloke,
Yeah.
And well, that's gone from my life now.
Yeah, cool.
I feel, that it'd be worth going down punching, that kind of thing. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I've watched the original 1984 Karate Kid at least 17 times.
Me too. I saw it last week.
Yeah, so I feel like I'm covered there.
I cry at the end of that, man. Still
Every
do.
time. Every
That's the
time.
best movie. I even bought the script on eBay
kidding
that
me?
has deleted scenes, little handwritten things. It's a photocopy of the thing, but it's like there's pen writing and all sorts of word
You guys are
changes.
connecting on multiple levels. It was
Dude,
vinyl
it's
earlier,
best.
now it's like Karate Kid.
I'm nearly crying now just imagining the crane kick right at the end.
Mate. Yes. You know that look that Miyagi does? Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Daniel-san, yes.
That's amazing.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I named my dog Mr. Miyagi.
Of course he did.
I did. Any person I know who's Daniel is Daniel-san. Simple as that. Yes.
Karate Kid 2 and 3 suck, though.
Yeah, but I still watch it. Did you know this? the will